This week, we will be reading selections from Vasily Shukshin's Stories from a Siberian Village. The stories capture the thought patterns of the Siberian peasantry, sometimes with humor and sometimes with poignancy. In particular, they express the human desire for peace of mind and for meaning in life. Writer, actor, and film director Vasily Shukshin's village prose focus not on the workday lives of peasants, as other writers of village prose had, but on their personal aspirations, their longing for freedom, not so much political freedom as psychological freedom. Through his stories, Shukshin honored their aching souls. John Givens, who wrote one of the introductions to the collection, wrote that Shukshin's peasant upbringing as the son of an executed enemy of the people, whose mother denounced her husband and retook her family name, Popov, shaped his identity and infused his stories with a sense of loss, longing, and the tension between urban and rural, and between modernity and traditional life. Note that we've encountered this theme of the tension between traditional life and modernity and between rural and urban in other northern literature we've read. Having peasant roots, Shukshin writes with great authenticity. The following are themes of selected stories. First of all, Volya. Unbounded personal freedom is the leitmotif that runs through Shukshin's life and works. In Country Folk, note Granny's endearing thought patterns, the way she tries to express herself naturally in her telegram. You'll see also how families are divided by the tension between urban and rural life. In The Microscope, we see tension between tradition and science, between parochialism and globalization, and we witness tension between Andre's desire to dream and his wife's focus on income. In Tough Guy, we see tension between modernization and secularism on the one hand, and tradition and spiritualism on the other. The story Oddball captures the simplicity of peasants and city folks' disdain for country folk. It also depicts the comfort of the simple country life. In All by Themselves, we sense the loneliness of an older couple now that their children have moved to the city. We also feel the tension between the need to feed the body and the need to feed the soul. In A Roof Over Your Head, Shukshin sheds light on Kolko's life as well as thought control and the absurdity of anti-bourgeois propaganda as we observe a local theater company considering a new play they'll enact. In Alyosha at Large, one of my favorites, we encounter longing for internal peace and freedom from others, as well as freedom for the soul in a moving story about a man who relishes the ritual of the banya. In Autumn, we meet a man who struggles in a loveless marriage and grieves the loss of the true love of his youth. The story wrestles with death and the meaning of life. We also witness the tension between tradition in the form of a church wedding and socialism, which advocates secular weddings. From the childhood years of Ivan Popov is a series of autobiographical sketches that depict nostalgia for country life, for the simple life, the hard work of peasant life and kolkhoz life, fascination with technology, in particular with airplanes that fly into the village. The theme of drinking and of a hard life and crushed dreams flows throughout the stories. Finally, in Uncle Yermolai, Shukshin explores the meaning of life, and we sense regret for the suffering of the peasants. What was the point of their struggles? We experience nostalgia and grief for a way of life that is now gone. The collection of short stories captures as no one who had not lived the life of a Siberian peasant could, the everyday struggles of the people and their quest for inner solace.